Mrs. Mattapier stirred the porridge in the pot and glanced at her wrist where her wristwatch tick-tocked. She called up the stairs to her daughter above. "You're going to be late, get a bustle on, love." Her daughter came dashing her way down the stairs and sat at the table on one of the chairs. "Careful," said Mother as she placed down a bowl of sizzling porridge to fill her daughter's cake hole. A splash of cold milk so her mouth she'd not scold, and a dollop of honey the colour of gold. The rumbly tummy now filled with hot oats, she went and collected her bag and her coat. She pulled on her hat and her scarf and her gloves, then tickled her dog who replied with a woof. She stepped out the door and into the street, the dry autumn leaves crunching under her feet. "Good morning, Russell," she beamed at her friend, who'd waited as ever down the road on the bend. Unusually though, he was on hands and knees, staring at a pile of crisp golden leaves. "What on earth are you doing?" she asked as she knelt. "And what the heck is that disgusting smell?" "Shh," hissed her friend from his spot on the ground. She did as he bid with a bewildered frown. "If you listen hard and tilt your head right, you can hear those two ants there having a fight." She held her breath and listened intently, but all she could hear was the breeze blowing gently. Then far away a new noise, a grumble, growing until that deep distant rumble grew louder and louder and was joined by a roar, then a hiss and a clunk and a whole heap of sounds more. A clatter and crunch and a grumbly groan, a squeak and a squeal, a mechanical moan, a hiss and a pish and a blast of cold air, and the bus sailed past, leaving both children there. Down on their knees with their ears to the ground, watching two ants fighting atop a mound of leaves that exploded and fluttered and flew, revealing a dried up piece of dog poo. The girl and the boy stood and chorused, "Oh great, left behind at the stop, now they'd surely be late." "Now we're in trouble," said Russell as they rose to their feet and set off on their way. "We're not going to make it now we're on foot." "Don't worry," said she, "for I know a short cut." She ducked and disappeared through a gap in a bush and called back to Russell, "Come on, Russell, rush." Dashing hand in hand through the fields and trees, laughing and grinning and buzzing like bees, they let cross the stream that babbled gently, downhill to the river, then far out to sea. They passed by the ducks that waddled and quacked, and a derelict farmhouse with windows all cracked. They asked the lone horse if they were going the right way, and laughed at the nag when he answered them, "Nay." A large woolly sheep tried to bar the kids' path, and a flatulent goat had made the friends laugh. They splashed through the puddles and squelched through the mud, heading for lessons as fast as they could. They ran by some chickens who buck, 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 bucked, and climbed an old gate an old farmer had locked, then laughed as they carried on up the small hill, watched by a crow with an oily black bill. The crow caw-caw-cawed out his early warning of danger approaching on that autumn morning. A swallow gulped and a robin did too, then they took to the air joined by a cuckoo. Swooping through the sky, larking around, whooshing and swooshing far from the ground, watching the children who dashed far below, under the beady black eye of the crow. They crashed through the trees, standing proud on the brow, then sped through the field past a miserable cow, who tutted and mumbled as green grass she chewed, no smile on her face, she was in a bad mood. Fields and streams crossed and one final fence climbed, they zipped down the street at 9:15. Heads down they whizzed in through the school gates, puffing and panting and red in the face. Late they had been, though late only just, and surprisingly they'd beaten the bus. It had broken down a mile from the school and the unfortunate driver carried no tools. Russell pulled out his best friend's chair as she pulled a twig from her best friend's hair. They sat side by side, both wearing wide grins, and awaited the rest of their class to get in. Mud on their shoes and leaves in their hoods, collected on their journey to school through the woods, and fields and fun places between here and there, the smiley kids looked a right scruffy pair. But what a tale young Honor had to entertain her mum and her dad, when home once more and safe and sound their tea time chatter came around. The noises they'd heard and the smells they had smelt, the things they had seen and the feelings they'd felt, the squeaks and the squawks, the clucks and the clatters, the end's just the end. It's the journey that matters.